I upload a whole bunch of Dwarf Fortress videos. I make a video about Legends mode. It gets less than 1,000 views versus the video, like the highlight video I did the day before. This includes some incredibly silly storytelling, including a like Cyclops named Zex that lives in a place called the Pink Hill, which is way too fucking funny. But like, nobody watched it. So do I spend 40 minutes editing Legends or not? That's kind of what I mean. Oh, you sweet summer child. You sweet, sweet, sweet summer child, Mitchell. Let's get the YouTube folks in here. What do you think? This looks familiar. Does it? Really? What? Weird. It's like somebody ripped the assets off Dwarf Fortress. Also remember, programmed by Tarn Adams, designed by Tarn and Zach Adams. A12games.com. I definitely eased you into ASCII. You were able to actually play DF in ASCII yesterday. The thing that I always tell people about ASCII is and I say this about tile sets too, because there used to always be like these like weird passive-aggressive arguments between people about ASCII and tile sets and like the old school Dwarf Fort stuff back in like version 47 days and before. Of like, oh, what tile set do you use? Oh, I can't use that tile set. It just looks like nothing to me. Oh, I only use this tile set because this is the tile set that looks perfect to me. I only play in ASCII because everything else is muddy and gross. To me, as somebody who plays quite a bit of Dwarf Fort, they all kind of look the same. To me, they all kind of just look the same. Like, they genuinely all just kind of look the same. It's not even that. It's like it takes like 90 seconds for your brain to process the symbols, and you're just like, ah, okay. But here's the thing, Darius. If you've played a lot of Dwarf Fortress, right? If you play like 3 hours of Dwarf Fortress in ASCII, you'll learn the ASCII glyphs pretty quick. It's like if you go to a country or city or place that speaks a different language and you spend 3 days there, you'll learn what the stop signs mean pretty quick. You'll learn what exit is because there's exit signs everywhere, you know? You'll learn like basic words in a matter of hours. And I think that people's brains are more adaptive than people give them credit for. And if you're used to playing Dwarf Fortress with a tile set, and then suddenly you play with a different tile set, it takes like 20 minutes, and then you pick it back up. Hello, Meat Popsicle. How goes it? The Fence I feel like I butchered your name the last time I saw you. The Fencedos the Great. Hi. It goes okay. We're doing okay. We're going okay. We're going okay. All right. So we're playing some 23A today. So let's get into this, shall we? Twitch chat. The YouTube chat is also live, so you can say hi, YouTube, if you like. This is version 23A. This is like 2008, I think. Unless this is actually like 2006. I'm not actually sure. But this is V23. You could go look up the actual release date of this. This is V23130.23A. Did I miss your Soul-2 stream? No, but there is a... yes, you did, but there is a... hour-long VOD that's been trimmed down on the main YouTube channel. If you type an exclamation point YouTube, you can go watch that right now if you like. You learned Cerveza pretty quickly. There you go. Exactly. So you spent 5 minutes in Mexico and you learned what Cerveza meant. Yes. Also, they probably don't have stop signs in Mexico, so you know. They certainly do. But it's like boat murder days? Yes. So this is two-dimensional Dwarf Fortress. This is before you could select where on the map to settle, I think. Might be able to select that somehow, but I don't know how. And this is before, like, personalities was really a thing. You know what? Let's just generate a world, and then like it'll pick up pretty quickly. Let's create a new world. Right, of course. Space is to back. You press space bar to go back. not escape in this version? Why did... Tarn! Like, enter to continue. Escape just takes you to this menu. Not... And if you hit escape again, nothing happens. You have to press enter and then press space to go back. Oh boy. There's gonna be a lot of random... Tarn, what? In this stream. It's this version with economy. No, this is like 5-6 years before economy. This does have noise pollution though, and flooding underground rivers. Like, there's a lot of mechanics in this that are actually really neat that never really made it into any other version of the game. But there's also gonna be a lot of things that you'll look at and you'll be like, oh man, like, that's very familiar. People ask me to this day about noise pollution because it still pollutes the wiki in a lot of places. One of my favorite things is, like, when the world is finished generating, the camera jumps down to the bottom right-hand corner. I think it still does that in, like, did that up until the version before the current version that we're on. We're, like, right until the very most recent version, it would, like, jump the camera down into the bottom right-hand corner of the screen for, like, no reason. It would just do that. Somewhere between 2006 and 2008. I'm not 100% certain. "2007, says Ilmirin. Okay, 2007. There you go. Can't make rooms too big without pillars. Yep, stuff will cave in. And crush dwarves. What else? You have to build bridges over certain things. Stuff will just randomly climb out of your well. So once you've built a well, stuff just climbs out of it. There's a river which floods annually. The map doesn't end. Like, the map is infinite. But it kind of fades off. It's really neat, actually. Like, the map doesn't just end when you get the edge of the map and you just see a black void. Like, it keeps scrolling indefinitely. And I understand approximately... Also, this takes longer than World Gen, which is funny. I understand approximately how to play this version of the game, but there's going to be a lot of... Oh, wow, how do I do that? There's going to be a lot of that. So, also that ad break that just started is probably going to end before the offloading save world screen goes away. So yeah, no, this is a era of Dwarf Fortress that was very, very strange. But to the person who was asking about Soul Ash, this is probably where you want to go if you want to see my Soul Ash stream. That's the VOD of the Soul Ash stream, trimmed down into a watchable format. Hi Zeos, the Great. Thank you very much for the first 5-pack of the stream. Appreciate you. 5-pack of gift subs. That actually, so up until this point in the stream, we've had a total of 3 resubs. So that, you just, like, doubled today's revenue. Appreciate you. It's all bundled up and ready for Z stream? Alrighty. Well, we're saving. It's gonna take a little bit. We're saving. This is also, in my opinion, one of 2 versions of the game where the minimap actually works. This version of the game, like 2D era, and then version 50. So, between like 2008 or 2009-ish and 2022, December, are the 2 eras of Dwarf Fortress where the minimap works. The rest of them, completely pointless. But there was still a minimap there for some reason. Oh, trust me, this game doesn't run fast. Trust me. If you download with YouTube Premium, it counts as fully viewed. Yeah. So you can literally just like download, wait 90 seconds, delete. Are there even vampires in this version? I don't know, actually. Like, genuine statement, I do not know if there are vampires in this version. That's like, I know that there's gremlins. I don't think that there's werepeople. There might be. I've never seen one. This is 23A, sniper. YouTube insists that it's not receiving enough video to maintain a stable stream, but it's uploading at exactly the rate that it normally does. So if people on YouTube are getting stutters, I'm sorry. YouTube is insisting it's not getting enough stream. Looks fine when I'm looking at it. I wonder if it's actually like this saving that's doing it. That'd be funny. Twitch is lagging too. I'll bet you it's Dwarf Fortress. I'm not dropping any frames. Yeah, I guarantee you it's Dwarf Fortress then. Because it's not my internet. The upload speed is stuttering a little bit. Okay, it dropped down to 20 frames per second there on YouTube. I mean, as long as I'm not dropping frames and the stream isn't going offline and it's still, like, watchable, it's fine. That's funny. We saw it chug on Twitch for 2. That's really... It's okay. We're almost at the end of this. We're in the 9,000s. It's over 9,000. We're fine. The scouter has said something about his power level. We measure in seconds per frame. So I love the fact that people are used to that old intro, right? That old intro. Van Ori, thank you very much for the 10-pack of gift subs. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks a ton. Gotta pay for the, like, hamsters in the Dwarf Fortress wheel. I'm gonna restart the game after this is done because I want to show you guys this again. Because I think it's really interesting how slowly the main intro runs. Because if you're used to watching like that recording from, I think it's version 44 of the intro where it runs at like a pretty high frame rate and powers through it, the old intro for this version runs so much slower. Will the game run smoother when it stops generating stuff? Sure! Yeah, definitely. It'll absolutely run faster and smoother when it's done generating stuff. Yeah. I mean, it runs just fine. Like, it runs. I haven't run into too many issues, but it certainly will hopefully not cause my stream to go off. Totally, yes. Just remember, this is Dwarf Fortress, except we've rolled back, like, as chat said, like 15 plus years worth of performance updates. So, you know. Yeah, new fort, old game. Dwarf Fortress got an update. It's looking kind of funky. And running kind of slow. Not that was ever publicly released. Bobtron. 2007 is what most of chat is saying. 23A. Bright you. Come on, game, you can do it. I believe in you. We've almost got the right numbers, but they're just in the wrong order. Come on, just swap the 2 and the 1 and add a 9 in there somewhere, and we just need a 7. I played the first DF public version, pretty much Dwarf Fortress indeed. Yep. No Z levels? No. No. Dwarf Fortress didn't get Z levels until the big rewrite in 2009, right? We're in the 12s. My computer is spinning. Like, I can feel a fan. I never feel a fan. Come on. Less than 100 to go. Two more. One more. There you go. I can see myself stuttering. Yeah, we're still stuttering. Cool. I'm moving my hand up and down so I can see how much it's stuttering. Is the audio, like, stuttering, or is it just the video that's stuttering? 'Cause if it's just the video, we're totally fine. If the audio is stuttering, I have a problem. Oh, I don't use the lazy noob pack, because I've never been lazy and I ain't no noob. Okay, if the audio is good, we are fine then. If the audio is good, then we are totally fine. It's just, like, yeah, that's the actual issue. As long as the audio is fine and the video is stuttering, that's totally fine. But I'm going to restart the game again just to show you guys the intro. We're doing Fortress. I probably wouldn't stream adventure mode for this version anyway. It's way too primitive for me. But here, let me just show you this, guys. Once it decides to start. There it is. No, I don't want full screen. This is how slow this thing runs. So if you've seen recordings of this intro, or if you've seen older versions of the game with this intro, you've probably seen the speed that it runs. You've probably also seen it in my videos. The one in my videos was recorded off of 34, which runs at like twice the speed. It's also way faster in 47.05, yeah. So that's the old intro, once again. So we're gonna start playing. This is, I think, what we just built, which is the everlasting eternal land of forever. Not, of course, to be consumed with the domain of forever. It is nice to see Dwarf Fortress once again with its true title, which is Slaves to Armok, God of Blood, Chapter 2, Dwarf Fortress. More colons than video games, as Tarn once said. Yeah, I cleaned up because World Gen finished. All right, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. So I could look at Legends, but there isn't too much to look at, probably. We have 222 historical events left to discover, which means in order to discover the historical events, we actually have to encounter them in-game, because that's how Legends works in this version. So we're going to go into Dwarf Fort. So we can play now or we can prepare carefully. Let's just play now. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended, nestled beneath a sheer cliff face, overlooking the wilds. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of the king and all of Nomezum. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you. But it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings. Ere the black bears get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Logem Sosad. Painted Ivory. That's actually a good name. Wow, game. You did it good. Strike the earth. So what's the song I gotta play? I guess. I mean, this is a pretty decent song, but not another year. What's the one that they play right at the start? It's not Expansive Cavern. Whatever. Hildorf's fine. Logan's so sad. Shh. All right, so this is the very, very, very easy to understand Dwarf Fortress UI. It's very, very simple. You press tab a couple times and make it go away. Now everything is better. So this is Dwarf Fortress. Is it called First Year? It's not my playlist for some reason. For some reason, I thought it was called something else. I know there's another year. It's not my playlist. Whatever. I'm just not gonna worry about it. So this is the river. Oh, it's got a big chunk up here. And it just keeps going, doing the thingy. And then this is the edge of the map. So this is something that I wish Dwarf Fortress still did. This is the edge of the map here. So the edge of the map, this is uh-oh. Weird. I have to turn numpad off. Nublock off to use numpad? Okay, whatever. So this is the edge of the map. And as you can see, I can't actually move up. This is the edge of the map. Now, the beauty of this is if I hold this button down for a bit, it'll just kind of keep going into oblivion. So I have to only tap it. Because if I hold the button down, we'll have a problem. This is the corner of the map. But the map keeps going. If I remove that space, not escape, break that muscle memory, you doofus. If I move off into the oblivion, we can continue seeing trees, which, by the way, those pointy up and down arrow thingy-bib-jiggiters, those are trees. It just goes off. It, like, starts to, like, slowly dissipate. I really like that, and I miss that. I wish the game still did that. So, it, like, fades off into the darkness. I very much miss that. Of course there's legend mode in the Steam release. Should absolutely explore your legends. But yeah, no, this is the other corner of the map. I think, no, F1 does not take me to the wagon anymore. All right, so this is my wagon. If I hit V, I can look at the dwarves. One of them's gonna go fish. Good luck, that's all ice, dude. So I can hit P, I can hit L, and then I can scroll through his labors. Now, this threw me for a loop when I started playing this version, because this menu keeps going. In later versions, this would all be filtered into submenus, so it would all fit on the first screen, or mostly fit on the first screen. I think, like, first screen and then part of the second screen. And then aside from that, it would all be, like, in different submenus. So you'd go to one and then you press enter and it would take you into another menu. But in this, they're just all in one big menu, so it just kind of keeps going. But you'll see a lot of these jobs that'll be familiar, right? Like plant gathering, hunting, milling, clothes making, siege engineering, all that stuff. That's all still very familiar to most of you. God damn it. I'm gonna keep hitting escape. That's unbreakable muscle memory for me. But like this dwarf here, I can view their profile and then press enter. This is all we have for descriptions of dwarves. Doran Nardastot has been happy lately. He likes pumice, platinum, red spinel, mangrove, coral, statues, and dogs for their loyalty. And she needs alcohol to get through the working day and likes working outdoors and grumbles only mildly at crappy weather. Alchemist is visible. Yes. I don't know what Alchemist does. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what that skill actually is used for. If anything. Was it ever used for anything? I know it was supposed to be used for alchemy, but I don't think that ever actually made it into this version. Does it make booze? I thought brewing makes booze. Because there's, god damn it, I keep hitting escape. Because there's a brewing skill, which I'm pretty sure makes booze. And there's also a cooking skill, which see, there's a brewing skill. There's also a cooking skill. To my knowledge, alchemy was like an offshoot of the soap making skill, because that's what Tarn described it as. It was like supposed to be it was supposed to be like connected to soap making, but then they never did anything with it. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's start digging a home for our dwarves, shall we? So I'm gonna remember to hit spacebar. Hit D and then D a second time so that I can dig. But the actual UI, so yes, this thing looks like a nightmare, but believe it or not, it's not actually that bad. It's a list of hotkeys. That's all it is. So A, that's our announcements. These are events that happen in game, like things are fighting, blah, blah, blah. B, build stuff. That lets us build stuff if we've built the thing. C, we can see the other civilizations that we are aware of because there's no world map. At least not one that I've found. We are the Godly Haim, a dwarven civilization. We can look at the unit list. We can see all the dwarfs. This is all in one list. There's no subcategories, so I can't, like, see dwarves and then wild animals. It's just everything in one big list. We have the ability to look around with K, which tells me what things are. Once again, these are trees. Those are also trees. There's the military screen, which I sort of understand how this works. It's been a long time. There's the job list of things that are happening. One dwarf's trying to fish. That's unfortunate. And one dwarf's trying to pick up equipment, probably a pickaxe. I can press G to go to the gate, which takes me to where the wagon was. That got removed after this version. There's the X button, which is the squads, which is I have no squads currently. We have the orders screen, which is like a very, 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 very simplified version of what the orders screen next to the civilizations, the civilians, citizens tab, and the ongoing orders screens and like the refuse and all that stuff screens and the chores screen. This is like that, but super simplified for older versions. It was released in 2006. I was correct. Thank you for telling me. I thought it was 2006. But someone in chat was saying, no, this is 2008, and then someone else was saying 2007. I'm like, pretty sure this is 06. Better. So, let's... Apparently, Fisher Dwarf cancels fish. Forbidden area. Jesus, Doran, I wonder why. It's frozen. Also, this is another neat thing that happens in this version that doesn't really happen in other versions. So, if I hit this button, we're in early spring. First of granite, right? First day of spring. You see this? This is snow-covered grass. See this? This is grass. It doesn't all melt at the same time, even in this early version, which is super cool. It's like, we can see this snow-covered frozen mud. We can see this snow-covered ice. And then this little patch of, like, grass that's starting to thaw. We also have a blue jay, which is clearly shown by this tiny little blue dot. So let's start digging, shall we? Let's see how well this game runs. Let me know if the camera starts stuttering again, yeah? I think I need to tell them to mine. Cybrek, you can grab a pickaxe. So can this useless fisher dwarf. I mean, dork. Can also tell them to chop down trees. Unless they forgot to bring picks, which would be mighty funny. I do have a miner. What's in your inventory? You are holding a pick. Do you just not want to mine there? Is that the problem? Did I not go all the way to the end? There's no priorities. So it's not like I can tell them to do something. Let's remove this wagon. Let's try that. Am I missing something? The game is not paused. It says paused at the top. I know that you canceled fish because forbidden area. Did their brains all just, like, stop functioning when, like, this dwarf realized they couldn't fish? Is that what happened? Like, it's definitely moving because the birds are moving. You can see the blue jay flying around. All right, these dwarves are too dumb to move. Let's abandon this fortress and start a new one. Strong needs more reasons to play in the game. Oh, I completely agree. Quick, someone send in a bug report. Let's start playing. Dwarf Fortress. The fish already won. Yep. Remember how I say fishing's illegal? It's still illegal. All right, this time we're craft glory. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Nestled beneath a sheer cliff overlooking the wilds, your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of the king of all Ingasigun. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you, but it is springtime now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the wolves get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place, Rigothadal. Craft glory. Consider the earth struck. Dwarves, can you move this time, or are you still dorked? Well, at least we still have a river, so that's good. I don't trust fishing. Oops. Hey, I will permit you to fish once there is no ice, okay? Okay? All right, let's try digging. Maybe the dwarves weren't fully thawed, maybe. See, now it's work. I don't even. All right, well, anyway, we're gonna chop down some trees. Trees only give 1 log per tree, so the amount of trees you have to chop down is significantly higher, which is why the elves used to let us chop down like 100+ trees. But you know, this time we we have a cat. I can't look at the cat, unfortunately. I can tell them to slaughter the cat, but that's about it. We have Maffle here. Maffle, what are you? And how do you feel about your life? How's things going? We can look at you. You're agile. He's a novice engraver. If I view your profile, he's been happy lately. He likes rhyolite, aquamarine, mangrove, horse leather, and pearl and grizzly bear bone. The color teal, and bucklers and amulets and animal traps, and mules for their stubbornness. And when possible, he prefers to consume groundhog. Big fan of Groundhog Day. Needs alcohol to get through the working day and likes working outdoors and only grumbles mildly at most weather. Mildly, hey? All right, so I need to make sure that there's a dwarf with a pick or with an axe. So let's tell this dwarf to do wood cutting. Cole, who let's see how are you feeling about things currently? Likes basalt, gold, and short swords, hoods, crowns, and when possible prefers to consume cow cheese. How weirdly normal. Sweet pod seeds. And needs alcohol to get through the working day and likes working outdoors and only grumbles mildly at crap weather. Yep. Seems about right. We've got a boulder, which you can very, very clearly see now that the dwarf is mining. I think this was pre-carp. Looks like they did manage to fish a turtle somehow. We're also going to need to start building side rooms for crafting, among other things. We have to be very careful about how big we make rooms, because if I make them too big, a specific problem is going to start happening. The ceiling is going to start caving in. But it's still me, so I still have to make things look not awful. So I will still be doing my well, I mean, if you've watched me stream before, you probably have an idea of what I mean when I say my style of building and designs. Unpause the game. Should get a second miner in a second, and if I don't, then I'll just assign somebody else to mining. If we check this, you see we've got 2 dwarves felling trees right now, and only 1 dwarf mining, so I'm going to jump to one of these fisher dwarves. You can have mining. Also, I can't follow dwarves. There's no follow dwarf button. There we go. We now have a second dwarf mining. So it looks like we've got Dastot here, as well as Kib mining. Kib's also been happy lately. Likes steel, amber, and short swords. When possible, prefers to consume dwarven ale, dwarven syrup, and dwarven wheat flour. Likes dwarven things. Very dwarven dwarf. And needs alcohol to get through the working day. Likes working outdoors and only grumbles mildly at crap weather. It partially takes forever because I think the game's running at about 20 frames a second. I think. I didn't see an FPS counter option in the options menu. But yes. You know what's funny? I played like 3.5 hours of a fort like a month ago and not a single dwarf died. So who knows? Could be very quick. Could be very slow. But yeah, no, everything takes forever. Like just like if the game ran as fast as it does now in this version, like we'd power through content so fast. Also, yeah, the miners are not very skilled. These are like what is your skill? I think it's yeah, your is minor, but like that is it. Also, like all of the clothing stuff is still largely the same. Although they hadn't added necks at this point, I don't think. Got the pigtail cap on head.
Nice. Also, hi.
Mr. Mac, thank you very much for the 14th month. Welcome back. Appreciate you. What gem is that? It's rose quartz. I was going to say fire opal, but I never played with the default colors when I played in ASCII. These are the default colors. To respond to the name I can't pronounce in the YouTube chat, we're playing 23A, and why are we not playing version 47? Because it's sometimes fun to go even further back than version 47. I mean, it's like a different game practically. Like like everybody jokes about Dwarf Fortress and Dwarf Fortress 2, and oh, the sequel will be out soon and stuff like that. But to me, this is the original Dwarf Fortress. Hype train fishing. You need 3 things in a row to make a hype train. So there was 1, that's 2. We need 2 more. Gifting a sub anonymously counts as a 3rd person. Or as a 2nd person. So you can gift a sub and then gift a sub anonymously, and that counts as 2. Or cheer bits and then gift a sub anonymously, and that counts as 2. So, because this version is pre-Z levels, to me, this is Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress, once Z levels were added, is Dwarf Fortress 2. That's just how my brain works, because there's practically different games. Like, there's similar mechanics, yes, but they're practically different games. You were worried you missed an update? No, we're just doing this as a fun little escapade. I'm going to stream like an hour and a half of this version. And then we're going to jump to version 50. We'll at the very least make it to the river. I don't know how much further than that we'll make it. So I'm going to make a mason shop and a carpenter shop. So that's, for reference, BWC? Hey, I got it right. Okay. So now I select the material type I want. Let's just use granite. Plonk. I think that'll work. I don't think that'll get them stuck. I can just remove the doorway if it does. And then B, W, and then M? Yes. And then granite. Yep. And then we'll put that up there. Nope. No. This is completely flat. There is no up. There is no down. No, because that would just be like boring Dwarf Fortress in the Steam version, so absolutely not. Dwarf Fortress is interesting because you can dig down. Dwarf Fortress doesn't get interesting in modern versions until you dig down. That's not how it works in this version. You can't read the Matrix? Dwarf. 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 Horse. Mule. Dead turtle. Tree. 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 Water. Rock. Grass. Very simple. Log. See? Log. There be, oops, log. Dang it. Snow-covered grass. Log. Tree. Tree. Dead dragonfly. Rotten dead dragonfly. Rotten dead toad. Rotten dead toad. Toad. Dog. Cat. Mule. Other dog. Wagon. Horse. Dwarf. 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 See, it's pretty simple. Walls. Stone. But if you can't read the Matrix, just leave the tab up and we'll be playing normal Dwarf in an hour or so. Cats are evil. Have they claimed anybody yet? Nope, not yet. It just takes time. It just takes time. Oh, man. All right, let's unpause again. We were in an ad, so We're now building a mason shop and a carpenter shop. The mason shop is on the top and the carpenter shop is on the bottom. So here, I'm going to tell them, make me a door, make me a table, 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 chair, 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 and blocks repeat. Like riding a bike. Actually, can I? Okay, I can't do another door. Not yet. And then you, the carpenter shop. Barrel, 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 bed, bed, bed. All right, then we keep digging. Hit D twice. Keep digging. Fortress mode, yes. Adventure mode would have completely different UI. ASCII graphics and old DF in general is so hard to understand. I think I'm just too used to ASCII graphics in games. Like, it's hard to say. Like, I guess I've always had that comprehending. Like, this is just a simple wall right here, right? Like, this is a stone wall. The little thingy in the center, that's my cursor. This is a dwarf right here working in a mason shop. This is a dwarf here working in a woodworking shop. And then this is a little tunnel that I'm digging to build my home. Like, we have granite walls into chalk walls. Yeah, it doesn't reveal diagonals, which is insane. Like, that even threw me off when I started building. But you want to know what's even crazier, Salty? Digging, while it doesn't reveal diagonals and only the cardinal directions, smoothing does. So let's actually smooth some stones, shall we? Just for the front door area. And get those other dwarves that are idle currently doing something. What do you do? What's your current job here, dwarf? No job. Okay, so let's stop it. Stop hitting that button. Let's go to you, and we'll just go... Oh, also, I need to turn on architecture. If you want to build a bridge, you need the architecture skill on, because it takes so long. Stone detailing, so that they can smooth. It's actually way easier to pick up this version than you think. Also, I'm very sorry, Ganatank. In in Sunbirths, your dwarf got turned into an artifact by Devil Dawn. Oops. I'm sorry. Oh, very unlikely, Rum Rusher. People are like, have a very hard time. The way I always describe games like this is, if you've never played an ASCII game before, I can completely understand why this would be completely alien and terrifying. But it's completely alien and terrifying in the same way as a really complicated board game or any 4X game. If you've never played Civ or a 4X game before, and then you're suddenly thrown into Stellaris Endgame right before the final few things happen to cause the universe to end, it's gonna just look like madness. Right? Like, if that's what you're used to looking at in video games, and you're not used to looking at that style of video game, it's going to look and feel like absolute madness. But if you play it for a bit, you pretty quickly start to figure it out. A snowstorm has come. So all of this, like, if I actually go over here, all of this snow has been melting. See, the mud and dirt is coming out from the snow-covered grass. But we're hit by another snowstorm, which means it's probably going to get covered again. Oh, yeah, no, same. Hazor. Like, to me, learning how to play Civ 2 was harder than learning how to play ADOM for me as a kid. Stranglers were in this version? I don't know how you... Maybe it's literally just... Yeah, I don't know how I would find that. I still don't know how to find Stranglers. I love how, like, the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat are both just, like, kind of suddenly discovering all of the things that were in this version. Like, oh my god, this was in the version, like, this was in this version, this was in this version. A lot of things haven't changed. So, yeah, I don't know. It's all a matter of what you're used to. I'm just trying to hit the river because I'm out of booze. We need booze. We also need another little space down here. Because we need to farm. And I don't think I can actually farm until I hit the river. I might be wrong there. There are necromancers in this version, yes, but they are very rare. I know that's you in both chats, but it's not just you that's like discovering that stuff, Stone. Okay, YouTube has finally sorted out its stutteriness. It was never not real, though. The Dwarf Fortress Matrix has always been real. Oh, seems like some of the dwarves are on break. Oh, no, they're all gonna go drink from the river. My bad. The slushy, salty, gross river. They're still making barrels. They're making thrones. Let's make some more doors. Also, something else that throws me off in this era of the game. If you start detailing stone and smoothing the walls, which is what they're doing over there, and then you tell them to do that a second time, that's how you engrave things, which always throws me off. So I always accidentally end up engraving shit I don't intend to. Yeah, and there's dead toads everywhere down here, although most of them have rotted away already. That river is full of water. I'm trying to find the underground river, okay? So that I can farm. I don't actually think you can farm above ground. And you can't appoint nobles. You have to wait for them to arrive. So to get a bookkeeper, you have to survive a certain amount of time. And there's no manager job, I don't think. Yeah, double smooth equals engrave. So like here, if and then you can toggle engravings on and off. So let's take this corner right here and put an engraving on it. And just see what they draw. We've also got this dwarf here, right here, Maffle, who's carrying boulders to the mason shop. God, I miss how the dwarves used to blink when they were carrying something. That still bothers me about the current version. That, like, if a dwarf is carrying an item, it's just the dwarf sprite. They don't blink between the item and the dwarf sprite. I know that it looks bad to normal humans, but, like, it makes it so much easier to see what your dwarves are carrying. Engraved here is a Raoul Arith Hubal rendition of a finely designed image of mangrove trees. Do you like mangrove trees, Raoul? Likes bronze, leather, ivory, and the colored tulp. Stars, crossbows, and weapon racks, and cows and coins for their hunting moose. Maybe we just have mangrove trees everywhere. Has been happy lately and was caught in a snowstorm. She has complained about the lack of a well recently and has been satisfied at work lately. Well, that's good. Green flavored gems and something and a different stone type. So we've got flint. Is flint even in current game? Anyway, basalt and aventurine clusters. Also, don't put your bedrooms too close to your workshops, or dwarves will complain about noise. We're also going to smooth this. And we're going to smooth this. Okay. Let's just let things go. It's funny how the brain works. You could not wrap your head around ASCII before. It's something that you have to put a little bit of effort into. I'm Golem. Like it is something you have to put a little bit of effort to, and you have to kind of think about it for a bit. I mean, it can be Stonecoat. It certainly can be. It can also be extraordinarily confusing. Like, even me, like, when I'm playing ASCII games, I'll have moments where I go, wait, what the fuck is that? But to me, that's kind of part of the appeal. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing that you'll never get with any graphic version of an ASCII game is you'll never have that moment of, oh god, what in the world is that? What, like, actually, what the fuck is... And then you have to pause the game and, like, highlight it with your cursor just to figure out what it is. And there's something kind of cool about that, right? Yeah, rest in peace, Flint. Pour one out for Flint. So yeah, I don't know. I think that ASCII certainly is far less accessible to a normal audience, but I think it does have its benefits. You've been getting those in Cut? Yeah, true. Cut has a lot of, oh my god, what the hell is that moments. Should be hitting the river pretty soon. What time of year are we? Early spring. Yeah, so we've been playing for like, what, 30 minutes? Maybe 20? We're still in springtime. Anyway, party time. Which is perfect, because we're just building a dining hall, because taverns didn't exist. It was just too much for your peanut bread? No, stop insulting your own intelligence, damn it. All right, so I'm going to build a door. So in order to build doors, you hit B, D, and then press Enter to select the door you want to build, and then you place it. This is just for fun. I'm probably going to use this fort later for other things. I'm just getting some forts started so I have more footage base, basically. Stop insulting your intelligence, dum-dum. Okay, so still haven't hit what I'm looking for, so we're gonna keep digging. I don't think so. I can't, once again, I can't read your name because it's Russian, but like, this is YouTube chat. You need to remember that there's a lot of different difficulties in the premium version. I think the difference is in this era of the game, the difficulty comes to you because you don't have to go to looking for it. In the current version, you have to go looking for it. And I think that that's a benefit because it allows the game to be played in more ways than one. This is a much more linear game. You start in the same general area, you dig to the right. And the further you dig to the right, the harder things get. And if you don't dig to the right, hard things hit you eventually. It's much more RimWorld-esque, I guess, in that way, where it's a matter of time before bad things happen, instead of you have to go find the bad things so that they happen, which is the way the game works now. I think that's a better game as a interesting sandbox to explore. But, you know. I don't plan on doing any community fortresses for older versions, no. But you're welcome to share screenshots of it on my Discord. All right, let's place a few thrones. So these dwarves have a place to sit. God, muscle memory. God damn it. Tarn, why did you do this? Why did you think this was a good idea? Man. Okay. I don't know how many times we need to say this, but yes, this is only in 2D. There are no stairs. Stairs do not exist. Carpal tunnel speedrun? Not really. Typing doesn't give me carpal tunnel unless you have absolutely horrendous posture. My posture is pretty good at my desk, and my desk is very ergonomic, so this wouldn't give me carpal tunnel. You promised someone to shoot an old arrow through my old half-broken screen and videotape it? That seems kind of awful. What's this dwarf doing? Tilling floor. You are strong. Look at that. How are you doing over here, Kib? Kib has been happy lately. He has complained of the lack of chairs lately. Well, there's chairs now, so you don't need to complain about that anymore. He is satisfied at work lately, and he has complained of the lack of a well lately. Okay. He was caught in a snowstorm recently, and he likes onyx, steel, and amber, and short swords. Got it. We're running out of plant. We still have plenty of meat, though. God damn it. Is there hell? Not in the way we know it today, like Stone said, but there is demons. Also, hi, Suited Giraffe. How are you doing? Can we get another engraven? Sure. I just have to be careful where I put them. Otherwise, I will start to have a hard time seeing what I'm looking at. I will put one on either side of the door to our little break room tavern place with chairs thing. And I will also build a support, and then we'll make that room bigger. Because otherwise, things will cave in. Nope, that's a statue. Or there it is. There's no hotkey for support. Whose idea was that? Tarn, damn it! I said there was going to be a lot of damn it Tarns today. They're all constructing buildings. Getting those chairs placed. Because those chairs that I placed... I'm pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm doing. Those chairs that are placed there, they aren't placed until they have a black background. When they just have that gray background, they've been placed. So those are chairs and tables. Also, color doesn't change based on what things are made out of in this version. So you don't have to be super picky about materials. Are there cave-ins in version 50? Sort of, but not in the way it works in this version. In version 50, you have to completely remove all support from a thing. Whereas in this version, all you need to do is dig a room that's too big, which is not very big. So here we have a detailed image of a chain by Raoul. And over here, we have a Raoul rendition of a mangrove trees. Really likes mangrove trees. I think there's also mangrove trees here, so. The thing is, you wouldn't want the cave-in mechanic the way it is in this version, in the current version, because everybody's forts would immediately cave in. This is an image of a short sword by Kib. I wouldn't mind some structural integrity coming back, but it would need to be a lot more forgiving than the current version. Like, a lot more forgiving than it was in this version, rather. That's actually what I mean to say. We've also only made it to mid-spring. Time moves so much slower. Oops. No, this is version 50. Someone over there. This is Dwarf Fortress circa 2006. This is Dwarf Fortress the year that Roblox came out. I'm not even joking. That's the year that Roblox came out. Roblox came out in 2006. Yeah, well, RimWorld took a lot of its ideas from this version of Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, Roblox came out in 2006. We will be playing Modern Day Dwarf Fort if you read the title in a little bit here. I was kind of planning on doing like an hour to an hour and a half, but we've been playing for an hour and not that much progress has been made. I might do a couple episodes of this, I don't know. But right now all the doors are sleeping on the floor, so. From 2008, there you go. It was a much better time. People actually made RPGs back then, Puphead. Now we just get one every 5 years, and then people go, man, I wish people would make these games more often. Play 2 hours? Yeah, we can do that. I mean, there's 200 people watching, so we're fine. We can absolutely do 2 hours of this. Also, Stone, don't freak out. I'm adding you as a moderator on the YouTube account. Because you're a moderator here on Twitch. Might as well give you bop abilities on both screens. Not that you'll need to use it. I don't think I've ever had to ban anybody from the YouTube chat, so. Turns out turning on sub only is kind of a thing. Yeah, we're not even like, the river hasn't even thawed yet. We're still gathering the initial wood. No, that would be way harder for me to edit and sort in the VODs, so no, Elmiran. in RTS Games Defense's Stormgate's crowdfunding campaign is running right now, and there's there's alphas for it, which look really good if you like StarCraft. Got another engraving. I think that's an I might be mistaken. I think this is an engraving of a table. Yes, it's an image of a table by Maffle. I probably used the table right there as inspiration while engraving it. So good on you, Maffle. I'm making a little space down here to brew. Maybe? Wouldn't surprise me, Salty. I know that was also a thing in ADOM. Well, we've got a sword and a table on the front door to my little break room with the tables in it, which also has a mule hanging out and a horse in the hallways. Is there... hold on. Designations, unit list, look around, go to gate, squad stockpiles. Military... I'm looking to see if I can pasture the animals somewhere. I don't actually know if I can. All status, view units, view items, buildings, rooms. Set buildings, task express, stockpiles, orders and options, squads, military, look around, designations, views. Guess not. Yeah, because I put them there, Sniper. So yes, I did notice them. The river has completely thawed and now looks like a river, obviously. I still just would like to once again show off the thing that I really miss about modern versions. Is this is the edge of the map. It just goes off. They need to bring this back. Bring this back, Tarn. Bring this back. Let the map just fade off, and then let me just like hold this button down for all eternity, and then realize, oh shit, this was a mistake after a bit. I've been holding this button down for way too long. I know the world just keeps going, but like maybe don't do that. Oh shit, we hit water. Flee the mines! I finally hit the river. So this is the first kind of big event. We've teleported back into the fortress and the game is paused. So this is the river. It's a bag. Russian name in YouTube chat that I can't read. It's still the symbol for bags in current Dwarf Fortress if you turn on ASCII. So we've hit the underground river. I'll tell you a little piece of advice, someone over there. Just play it for like 2 minutes and then swap back. And then play it for like 2 minutes and then swap back. And then play it for like 2 minutes and then swap back. You'll pick it up pretty quick. So, big river torrent pushes our dwarf here, Dastot, out from the mines, fleeing and screaming in absolute fear. But as the water starts to slowly subside, our dwarf flees from the flood and survives. He has been happy lately, but he did sleep on a rough cave floor recently. What did complain about a lack of a well and has complained of the lack of chairs. Has been satisfied at work and likes shale and bronze and amber. This dwarf has survived a very dangerous flood, and there's now mud all over the floor. So there's going to be mud here, and the dwarves are actually going to clean up the mud. The water is still very deep, though. The colors show the depth instead of numbers. Also, it appears that everything has thawed out here, so I'm going to start gathering plants, because I'm assuming there's stuff I can gather now. I should be able to start brewing stuff soon, because we still don't have any booze. God damn it. All right. Someone's got to have the gather plants job, right? Right. Yes, somebody has the gather plants job. Okay, sweet. I'm going to go to workshop L still. Yes. Dolomite, please. Thank you. And place Dolomite still right there. DP, yes. No, I mean, remembering the hotkeys is the easy bit. Learning them is the hard bit. I mean, the flood has begun receding, so look at this. And on 4 in the YouTube chat, maybe at some point when we get the map rewrite. Hey, Mohreb. Yep, that's been the plan for a while. To stream some 2DDF. The dwarves are I'm gonna build that still eventually, assuming I have a miner, or a brewer, rather. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so jeweler, Maffle, congratulations, you're having a career swap. You better learn to brew pretty quick. And if you've never brewed before, that's fine, you'll figure it out. It can't be that difficult. Or don't. That's also fine. Did they suspend it? Nope. Oh, I see. They need brewing or plant gathering to do it. Interesting. Look at this. The water is still slowly seeping off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a little bit here. Once the water has gone back, there we go. And our jeweler down here, little green dwarf down in the bottom right, is putting together a still. Being in hotkey alphabetical order. I want to know exactly what kind of keyboard Tarn was using at this time. And let's see if we can brew some drinks. It'll tell me at the bottom if it cancels. Commence the digging. The flood is over. There we go. We are taking those beautiful purple plum helmets out of the wagon and brewing them into booze. And then we're walking over to the carpenter shop and grabbing those barrels and making us some alcohol. Over here, because our what do you call it? Dining area was the dining area here now has a support, so I'm gonna keep digging, and we're gonna put a little food stockpile and drink stockpile in there once that's been dug out a little bit more. Well, I mean, so on the topic of the map expanding from YouTube, you need to remember that Necromancer Tower's evil biomes expand. And it is planned with the map rewrites so that if you settle next to a Necromancer Tower, you could say be in an Untamed Wilds that slowly becomes a haunted biome, right? Like that's a plant mechanic they want to add. Okay, so let's build. No workshops. Nope. DP. So DP for farm plot. Now, everybody's favorite hotkey combo, which is UMKH to expand things, and I can build a farm plot right there. You're kind of proud of yourself? It took me a minute, Mr. Mac, if I'm being honest. When I started, it was like, what am I doing? Also, I'll be honest, ASCII Dwarf Fortress is much easier to like comprehend quickly in 2D than it is in 3D, because there's so much more that you're looking at in 3D, right? There's so much more going on versus 2D. Like in 2D, it is a much quicker game to pick up, I think, if you've never seen it before. It also runs like baby's ass sliding on sandpaper. So it's a lot slower. Unlike, like, say, if you were trying to learn Dwarf Fortress in version, let's just say 47.05. The game runs at like 100 frames a second initially, and you're dealing with multiple layers. You have to wrap your head around stairs, plus all of the eccentricities of the UI, plus all of the strangeness of the way the game works, and suddenly people are tantruming for no reason. It's much easier to get into 2D Dwarf Fortress, even though it is not as interesting of a video game in a lot of. We're also in an ad break at this exact moment, so I'm waiting. Also, we are still in spring. It's still springtime. We've been playing for like an hour. It feels like you could have a more immersive game with ASCII than in graphics mode. You know, you are coming to a conclusion, someone over there, that a lot of the old fan base still swears by. If you have a very active imagination, what you are saying is 100% true. But you need that active imagination. If you don't have that active imagination, it can be difficult. There's a, I made that video about a Reddit post for Dwarf Fortress a little while ago, saying that the most interesting thing for them about Dwarf Fortress is that it brought their childish imagination back, that they'd felt that they'd completely lost. Which is really interesting. Sup, Mr. Runner, how you doing? It's like, the interesting thing about Dwarf Fortress for this person wasn't the gameplay. It was the fact that it made their imagination return a bit. We have drink again. Dwarves have booze. All right, so now we have to make a Craftsdorf shop. So let's go R for Craftsdorf shop. Go out here, and we'll just plop one there for right now, and we'll make a bunch of mugs. And I think that if Dwarf Fortress is making you imagine things happening, the game is working as intended. Let's also grab another support. We're going to place it there because I'm being overly cautious. It's not 3D. This was the first public release of Dwarf Fortress that was functional. That's what's special about this version of Dwarf Fortress. This is from 2006. And I wanted to do this just as an excuse to travel back in time and talk about old Dwarf Fortress and look at the similarities. I just thought this would be interesting more than anything. Considering I have all these installs for a side project, I figured it would be a neat thing to go back in time and look at this version of Dwarf Fortress as it was. Not even as like a comparison thing, just as a... Oh, I think it would be interesting. Also, look at this rain. Can you not see the rain? Little blue speckles everywhere? It might get eaten completely by the, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? It might get eaten completely by, like artifacting on the streams, but... There's tiny little blue speckles everywhere. It's right. Yeah, no, it's like playing a game for a year and then looking at a very, 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 very early alpha of the game that you've been playing, right? Because that's what this is, really. This is a lot of the mechanics are still largely the same, even in this version. Like, see, here is Maffle right here, the Mason sitting at a table eating whatever that is. What is that? How do I don't look at the table anymore. How do I do this? I think I look at your inventory? Nope. Eating, but what are you eating? Maybe it's too late. Is it on the table, maybe? Ah, he's eating very rotten raccoon meat. I'm sorry. I should probably get all my meat and food into that stockpile that I was going to make a billion years ago that I never did. Let's make a food stockpile and place it here. Let's also place a doorway here. And then they bring those barrels in, which are the equal symbols. And this is the stockpile screen, obviously. Gonna remove... Nope. I'm going to remember what the hotkey is and say... Nope. Yes, forbid. There we go. Do not put seeds in that stockpile. I want to put seeds up here. Because up here is where we're going to be farming. Although it's not yet completed. We're going to make a food stockpile up here. Make a seed stockpile up there. And I'm going to select it. And a stockpile is gonna become nothing. Not nothing. Yeah. Forbid all? No, forbid. Block all. There we go. Okay, so B for block all seeds permit. Yes. Thumbs up. Those are also all of the seeds in the video game. There's not many of them. Sorry, Devil Dawn. Yeah, raccoon meat. Ugh. There may not be anything to bruise, so. Also, if you see the dwarves with a beige background, it means they're lying down. Most of the dwarves, I think, currently are just bringing stuff inside. Yeah, it's a lot of stockpiles. We also haven't had a migrant wave because we're still in spring. We are still in spring. It was, but I'm not doing that for a variety of reasons. Stone. Ramming keys when making bedrooms. Yeah, I was also never a macro fan. I also was never a macro fan. I don't know if that's gonna be in their interview. Armok 1. Although I'll tell you this, they'd have to find some. They'd have to probably get like Putnam or somebody to record footage of that because I have no idea how to play Armok 1. And I'm being charitable. I have absolutely zero clue how to play Armok 1. We have 48 booze, 8 meat. Probably allow this fisher dwarf to fish again. And I do have this one farmer. Are you not allowed to farm fields? You do have farming fields active. Okay. Oh, I see. So the farm plot is now built, so I can set this as plump helmets, pigtails. Plump helmets, pigtails. Yeah, we'll do that. Be fine. And what are you doing? You're drinking. Not sure why you're drinking out here. I'm going to grab this craft store shop. We're going to make rock crafts, and I'm going to make rock mugs. Believe in the mug economy. What is Armok 1? It's delisted from the... It's delisted from the Bay 12 Games website. But if you go to bay12games.com/Armok, you'll get a link to this, which is a horrible website that looks like a cult or an ARG. I think there's screenshots on this. Maybe? Maybe not. You Finally Aren't Naked edition is the last patch to it, which came out in 2004. Here you go. Oh, there's a screenshot link in features. Where's features? The future? Combat. Interface? Oh, God. What's new? Oh, features, I see. Screenshots. Ah. This is Armok 1. This is the original Dwarf Fortress. This is why you don't actually want Tarn to make 3D graphics. This is the map. Sort of. True, yeah, you're not wrong, Boom Boom. This is the game that came before Dwarf Fortress. Yikes. Accurate. I mean, it's a weird sandbox. You have spells like teleport skin elsewhere, and you can kill a lot of people. That sort of looks like a humanoid and a bunch of dead things around it. You are dead. Press Shift Q to quit. Left eye is hit. Right ear is hit. Oh boy. So yeah, that's the original Armok. Looks like RuneScape on LSD. That's not too far off, actually. Came from the time before time? Sure. A time of indie game development where you had to make your own engine and there was no real instruction booklet on how to do it properly. And they certainly made a game, I think. What's the Fisher's Workshop? I'm trying to just remember the hotkeys. H, of course. Obviously, it's H for the fishery. And let's make this fishery out of flint, because I can. And let's plop it out here. I should probably put it inside, but we'll put it there for right now. I think I also need to manually queue up fish stuff. And, don't even know if that support's still queued up or if it's been canceled. Storefront out here, do this. Okay. Let's build another support out of dolomite. We'll plop her down there. And then I will continue digging this out. Remove this designation first so that I can redesignate it as digging. This was a spin-off of Slaves to Armok, which is that nightmare thing that we just looked at screenshots of, which was supposed to be a 3-month side project. Anyway, 20 years later, it's still a 3-month side project that has sold like 750,000 copies. Hey, RPG Maker is an excellent learning tool, okay? Smoothing was certainly a big thing in ASCII for the player to see things in peace. Yeah, no, smoothing makes things a lot more discernible. Teleport nose was also a thing. Yeah, I never learned how to play Armok, which is probably for the best. It's like the last 10 minutes, I think, has just been them sorting out my food stockpile. But they're back to smoothing again. As like that pillar got built. Now you're scared? I thought that you weren't going back to sea after the initial experience, but maybe I was incorrect. Wow, you can't actually smooth the front? Okay. Also, I might be wrong. I don't think you can build walls. I may be incorrect with this statement. I don't think you can build walls in this version. If you can, I haven't figured out how. When I was in uni, 3 months seemed like a reasonable time frame for software development. Now I have a decade of experience with requirements and getting feature back in QA with comments 5 in a row. I think I had rose-colored glasses. Oh boy, B, C. No, it's not. Capital C is not a thing. Like I said, I'm 99% certain you cannot build walls in this version. And I know that you're telling me the hotkey combo that I already know, but I'm like, yep, beep, nope, C, capital C. Don't do nothing. Maybe I should just take this screenshot right here and post this on the subreddit and see what people think. Call it like a blast from the past or something. Some dwarves making their new home. It's got a front door on the fort now. We need walls when you can make doors. You have a very valid point here. You can still build bridges, though. And windows, traps and levers, restraints, Also, of course, the trade depot. Also, the trade depot can't be built outdoors. By the way, trade depot has to be built indoors, which is interesting. And it's party time. Dwarves are making rock mugs. We have booze. No meat yet, though. Gotta build that in the kitchen. That's up next. Weather has cleared. It's no longer raining. It's an excuse to party. Also, I might be crazy, but I don't think anybody's started investments yet here in the Twitch chat. Uh-oh, something's rotten. What that? Rotten cardinal remains. Well, I guess I should make a, refuse stockpile. A birdie flew into the fort and a cat killed it, probably. Oh, damn it. Tarn, why did you do this to me? They're probably singing while mining, if I had to imagine it. Job misplaced. Well, that's unfortunate, Dwarf. Bam, 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 bam. Let's go to... Where's support? It's a cardinal sin that, leaving a dead cardinal in the hallway, definitely. I think it actually rotted away. I don't actually think that they took it or put it there. I also haven't made them bedrooms yet. Still need to make them bedrooms. I'm playing you some entrance music, damn right. Process a raw fish. I don't know if they do that by default. Nope. I don't think they do. Gather food, furniture, bodies, set refuse orders, gather refuse, ignore refuse from outside. Yep, okay. Minerals, wood, mix food. Dwarves can go outdoors. I can stop them from going outdoors. The button. No, totally. I think, like, it's interesting to go back to this version purely because you appreciate the quality of life a lot more in the current version. Oh, the cave river is overflowing. And then you start to miss the old version because it does things like this. Let's just wait. Let's watch. Cave river's gonna overflow. Eventually. Gave us the warning first. Eventually. Sometime. It's given us a very big warning. It's because it starts up at the top of the map and it takes a while to get down here. Because it overflows from up here, and so it takes a while for the torrent to actually hit down here and then flood and then irrigate the land. And I think this river overflows in the springtime sometimes too. I might be misremembering that though. Got thirsty dwarves drinking booze. Damn right. Drink, strong, agile. Look at you. Most of the dwarves slept through the flooding season. Items are misplaced. Strange. Things are stealing our stuff. We've only just begun. Time to dig this further back. Build kitchens. And I will remove a designation like right there. Underground rivers were not rare. Underground rivers are guaranteed. So you're talking about caverns, not caves. Underground rivers are guaranteed. There's 3 guaranteed things that you'll run into on every single embark. The first one is a river. You have to build a bridge to get across it. The second one is a chasm. You also need to build a bridge to get across it, I think. And then the third one is lava, where you have to build a steel bridge to get across it. And then you find weird, murky pools or holes or weird purple things, and then demons randomly come out of them 10 days later. That's all guaranteed. It's on every embark. And now we have, you know, what's the word? Caverns. Oh, in 3D, I see what you're saying. Talk about opulent. But here's the thing. All materials were guaranteed at this era, right? So you're guaranteed to get all of this stuff you need to make steel in this version. So opulent, yes, but predictable, maybe, is the word I would use. Look at these little dwarves. Bringing boulders. Still making blocks. Still making mugs. Kib is no longer a fisher dwarf and is now a miner. Let's see how Kib is doing. Assuming I can remember how to select Kib. And see how they're doing. There you go. Okay. Happy lately, slept on the rough cave floor recently, has been satisfied at work recently, complained of the lack of a well lately, admired a fine door lately, and slept uneasily due to noise lately. See, that's the noise pollution. He complained of the lack of chairs lately and caught in a snowstorm recently, and likes onyx, steel, amber, and short swords, vast earrings, and all that's still the same, and only complains mildly at crappy weather. I still think that the funniest thing that happened is the very first time I embarked, none of the dwarves were able to work. Like, they all just, like, their brains stopped working. There's something hysterical to me about that. It's so fitting. It's like, oh, well, dwarves just didn't work. I need a dwarf on fish cleaning. You take fish cleaning, please. I am not naming dwarves in this version, Creed. We will do that when we hit normie version. Mostly because I haven't had a migrant wave yet, and I've been playing for an hour and a half. It has started raining. Oh, good lord. Dwarves are still eating meat. Running low on meat. We are getting our first plump helmet harvest, and I should make a bigger farm plot. Should also go out here and gather some more plants. What's the M? A mule, very obviously. When dwarves are allowed to fish, no dwarves will get names. Continue detailing the stone. We can make a kitchen. Got dwarves going all the way out here to harvest plants. Still have plenty of booze left. What do you mean till the payouts came? I'm confused. Too many dwarf birds push dwarves into rivers, and your dwarves can't swim, so they die. Sounds like you are in a Untamed Wilds biome and should be underground. If you're playing in Untamed Wilds in the current year, you really need to just be underground. Let's brew another drink. Get a dwarf to grab the screen dwarf there. They grab the plump helmet. They go over to the carpenter shop. They grab a barrel. They sit brewer shop. Sounds like you need some marks, dwarves. Let's place another doorway into the dining hall. Also, I think I can make this into a dining hall still. I don't know if they actually get any benefits from this. Yes, I can. So it's now a meeting hall. I think they will congregate there now. I think. I'm not entirely sure, if I'm being honest. I think. What does the dwarf color mean? Their jobs, exactly like current version. Miners, carpenters, masons, trappers, metalsmiths, jewelers, craft dwarves, nobles, peasants, children, fisher dwarves, farmers, mechanic, trains, animals, and then if they're solid, then they're military. Exactly the same as the current version. Okay, so I can go over here. We're still waiting for a dwarf to build it, which I think this dwarf is doing. Yep. Okay, so you're gonna do plump. Plump. We are out of sea. Oh, wait, what? Is there no winter? Spring, summer. Oh, wait. They can't plant things in the winter. Right. Seasonal planting was a thing in this version. 2 seconds, chat. We love that animals is a job. Also, any animal you catch in a cage automatically becomes tame in this version. All right. They're running all the way down here to plant. Seeds 30, drink 40. Let's go workshop K. Nope, that's kitchen is Z. Right. How did I have obsidian? All right, that's interesting. We're gonna place that there. Get our first kitchen running. What's up, beep beep? Hello, parking meters. What's up, Fat Kango? All right. Why are we parking meters? Why not parking inches? And you, the miner, you can have the secondary gig of cooking. As I scroll through this massive thing and look for cooking. There you go. So chat room, I said like an hour to an hour and a half. We've done about an hour and a half. I think this has been a fun little blast from the past. You know, we've got to explore into here. We've got our flooding. We've got farming set up. We've got a little small meeting hall. I think we're going to play a little bit more of this next week. We will continue this fort a bit. But I think it's time for us to save this game because there's no auto-saving in this version. And move to a more modern video game. Yeah, so that's been a brief look at Dwarf Fortress as of 2006. Hopefully your eyes have survived. I think it's time for us to jump to modern version. You only saw Boat Murdered rendition? That's interesting. Yeah, I actually, out of curiosity, show of hands in chat. Both chats. Did you play this version, yes or no? It's fine. Version 34? Yeah, it's around when I started too. Or whatever 2009 was. But there was, you know, Z levels by the time I remember playing. Maybe I did try playing pre-Z levels, but I don't think I got very far. But then I went back to this version after. Dornellis, thank you very much for the Prime sub for 11 months. But yeah, this is obviously a very old version of the game. The game has obviously changed quite a bit. So I think this was a fun educational chunk, and I think we'll do a little bit more of this as December goes on. But I'm going to edit the title. And I will turn off this playlist.